Hello and welcome to this episode of the Arts Overlook. I'm your host, Chris Bowden. Each episode highlights the arts and entertainment of the Cedar Valley. In this episode, we'll be stepping into Cedar Falls High School to take a look at the jazz band Jazz One and the recent performance at the Cedar Falls High School Jazz Show. This edition of the Arts Overlook starts right now.
Art is thriving in the Cedar Valley. It's everywhere. But if you don't know where to look, you could miss it. This is your local arts perspective. This is the Arts Overlook.
The spring semester brings many new events to Cedar Falls High School, including basketball playoffs, track season, the musical, and even prom, just to name a few. But many may not know it's also when jazz band season hits full swing. Terrible pun intended. Having been practicing and preparing for contests and competitions throughout the winter, these students' performances will tell you that this isn't your ordinary high school jazz band. Here's an inside look at Jazz One. Since the late 1970s, extracurricular jazz bands have become a staple of many band programs throughout the nation. And here in Cedar Falls, the Cedar Falls High School Jazz One program has been providing excellent education, music, and entertainment for many years.
This is my 11th year at Cedar Falls and my 15th year of teaching overall. So, been doing Jazz One since I got here. I was lucky to walk into a great program. Jim Gosnell and Gerald Ramsey were working the jazz bands before I got here, and when Jim left and I got to come in, it was loaded. It was a learning curve for me, but the band was ready to play.
The band is made up of students that audition into the group each year, and the tradition of excellence has continued as the group regularly returns to compete in the Iowa Jazz Championships year after year. This spring, however, the band has risen to a whole new level, bringing a driven sense of purpose, several extra performances, and even some new honors.
Jazz band's going very well this year. We've got a really solid group of kids. They work hard, they practice their music, a lot of volunteers for solos, and we were just recently selected to perform at the IBA convention in May, selected as one of the top jazz bands in the state. So very proud of them for that.
Each year, the Iowa Bandmasters Association chooses one honored jazz band by blind audition. The band then has an opportunity to perform in Des Moines as a part of the Iowa Bandmasters Conference.
In January, we worked on recording a CD, and every jazz band in the state of Iowa is invited to apply. So we applied and sent in our CD, and we recorded 3 selections. And when you send in the CD, it's sent in blank on the cover, so that nobody knows who it is. So there's a committee of band directors that's from all over the state, and they listened to all the CD submissions and picked by number. They said, okay, this was our favorite band of all the bands that we heard. And this year that was us. So I'm very thrilled to have that honor.
The level of skill these high school students are performing at doesn't happen overnight. The band is dedicated to meeting several times throughout each week, and members devote significant time not only learning their current pieces, but searching out new content, ideas, and performances to broaden their skill set.
Preparation rehearsals, they've been great. We practice 3 times a week. We do Monday nights from 8 to 10 p.m., and then we do Wednesday and Friday mornings from 7 to 7:45 a.m. It's all extracurricular. These guys just come together because they want to play. There's no credit for it. There's no curricular class for it. We just get together and play a whole bunch of music. And this year's been a lot of fun. We've been working since November on our set. We have 8 or 9 tunes in the folder that are ready to go and have already been out and performed twice.
I did not expect the intensity and the level of playing that we would have this year. You know, we had so many people graduate last year. I'm like, well, we're going to be starting over again, but you know, it caught me off guard because, you know, we got selected to play at the Marriott for the first time ever. You know, I didn't expect that at all. I just thought we were making a recording, you know, just for fun.
We used to have more rehearsals, but each rehearsal feels the same as it did last year, where it's still the same relaxed, calm atmosphere, and we have more time as sections to work things out and to just come together as a great band.
Engelhart has been pushing us quite a bit, even from trying new things to, you know, cleaning the ensemble. You know, he just looks for nitpicky things, and that's what really pushes us and to make us sound as great as we can.
Having been invited to play with the Des Moines Big Band and recently hosting their own jazz show, the band has already had some great opportunities to perform. But their season is far from over as they look forward to several more big milestones.
Moving forward, we still have a lot to get done before the end of jazz season, and that means a lot of hours in the practice room listening to recordings and trying to get the feel for what the composer wanted to portray through the piece, and to get the whole band to sound as tight and as together as possible.
Coming up, we've got the Talkhorn Jazz Festival at UNI, which is a fantastic event that the Phi Mu Alpha guys at UNI run along with Chris Mertz and Bob Washut. And, it's one of the oldest jazz festivals in the United States and longest running, so we're excited to go play there. And then we have District Jazz in March, and hopefully the Iowa Jazz Championships in April. And then in May, we've got the performance at IBA.
As the jazz season winds down towards the end of the school year, the band will have one last opportunity to perform together as they travel to Des Moines for their performance at the Iowa Bandmasters Conference.
I'm really looking forward to our performance in May. It'll be an incredible capstone experience for the kids. It's something that very few bands get the honor of doing, and we're going to try and do it upright. We're going to play some new stuff. We have commissioned a work to be a world premiere with our group in May. Mike Conrad, band director at West High, is a recent Eastman School of Music grad, and he's going to write a chart for us, and we're going to feature two of the All-State jazz conductors, Anthony Williams and Paul McKee. And so he's working on that right now. Hopefully we'll get that in the next 3 or 4 weeks, and we'll start working on that and do a world premiere of a piece that's never been played before. So that'll be pretty cool.
It's clear these students are continuing to impress audiences throughout the state, and shows that the Cedar Falls Jazz program not only offers a great opportunity to learn and perform jazz, but a chance for students to connect with one another and see what hard work and practice will earn while taking part in unique experiences they won't soon forget.
I've met a lot of new people and made a ton of new friends who all like the same music as I do, and the music we're playing has been some of the best and most fun I've ever played in a jazz band.
My favorite part about playing in the band is probably the individuality and the fact that we can both sound good as an ensemble and then express ourselves in individual solos.
I think for me it's seeing the kids get a chance to be creative and work together. There's a big push in education right now for collaboration and authentic learning, and if you come in and watch a rehearsal, that's everything we're doing every minute of every rehearsal. We're collaborating, we're working together, every kid's part's important. You know, in our Jazz 1, there's no doubling on parts, so every part is heard, and if one kid's gone, it affects everybody else. So we have kids that are working really hard to make sure they're nailing down their responsibility to the group, and then they're also working individually, you know, being responsible to the group, but then also working on their own stuff to play a great solo or improvise something new and exciting every time they play. And so it's just cool to see all that come together.
Wow. As a former member of Jazz One myself, it's safe to say that they are one impressive group. Thank you to Kyle Engelhart and all the students and staff for allowing me to capture part of your story. If you'd like to see Jazz One for yourself, they'll be performing at the Neba District Jazz Band Festival at Waterloo West High School on March 7th at 1:05 p.m. and their upcoming Band Pops concert in the Cedar Falls High School Gymnasium on March 7th at 7:30 p.m. You can also learn more about Jazz One, Jazz Two, and the Cedar Falls High School Band program on their website at www.cfhsband.org. That's all for this episode of the Arts Overlook. I'm Chris Bowden. Thank you for watching, and go Tigers!